Speaking of slaves, as someone who has an afro and
Yeah.
and a black fist,
Always.
afro pick in their hair with a Kaepernick, number 7 jersey.
Always.
When you heard Kanye say that slavery was a choice,
Ah, man. There's a few things. So, one, knowing Ye.
do you guys know each other?
Yeah.
Well?
Yeah, from more back in the day, I always tell people I'm almost 100% sure I'm the person who introduced him to Kim Kardashian. Like, it's documented.
You introduced Kanye to Kim Kardashian.
I believe so, because I remember the conversations amongst all of us. But
Wait. So can you explain this introduction here?
And it's pictures online. There was one night when me and Kim was kicking it or whatever, and me, Kim, and Paris Hilton went to a club in New York, and we was hanging with Lil' Kim was there, and Kanye came to my table, and I was like, "Yo, meet my chick Kim," and he was like, "Oh, that was me and Ye had been working, doing some stuff, and we just hung out that night." Then I think probably about maybe because that was early. That was like 2005, 2006, and then on my 26th birthday, Kim threw me a party. I used to have a clothing store on Melrose, P&B Nation, and I had this whole 2-story store, and she threw me a birthday party at the store, and she was like, "Oh yeah, your friend Kanye, you want?" She was asking me all the people I wanted to be there, and she invited him and all of that stuff. He came through. I was like, so they had never met before that other night, and then I made sure that she had all of the people to enter, for the party that she threw and all that stuff. So I was like, I would have to say I'm probably the person who introduced Kim and Kanye.
Okay. So here you are as a black man in America.
Right. Man.
Who's hearing another black man say that slavery must have been a choice. They did it for 200 years.
I gotta say this, because the point I was gonna make, someone who is known, I knew Ye before there was any celebrity. I mean, he was slanging beats on the two-way. I remember on the little time ports, he used to make the little beats, and he had I remember I got beat CDs of just 20, 30 beats of Kanye. He was just always trying to get his beats off. Straight hustler. Never a good communicator. Never.
Yeah.
Always a frustrated, not knowing how to get his point across.
I met Kanye before he had his first hit record.
Yeah.
He was in the studio with Common.
Right.
I mean, there's a picture of us, the three of us together.
Yeah.
And the exact same Kanye that you see today was that Kanye there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a savant type of thing. And I liken it to what we just talking about with R. Kelly, to where there's genius going on creatively.
Right.
But that does not transfer over to intelligence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because part of intelligence is being able to communicate well. And he's just not, he was this introverted extrovert. I remember, and he explained it himself one time, because we used to hang out, and he was just it's almost like the kid who got bullied so much in class and was the one that got picked on, that he finally just got fed up and said, "I'm going to say and do whatever I want to do," and just acting out. And ever since his accident, he had this new lease on life that I don't care. I'm going to be me. I'm going to say what I want, do what I want. I'm on borrowed time. And he's been that Kanye ever since that accident.
Yeah.
And I witnessed it. And it was just and as somebody, I was I salute it. When you see the underdog become the top dog, that's why he gained this huge fan base, because he was the underdog. Now, he'll never be the underdog again. But to still act as if you are the underdog, that's where you have the problems. Hence, when he's coming with all of these alternative thoughts, with a lot of the stuff, he's not totally off base. He just doesn't know how to communicate it well. What he was trying to say, and we all know what he was trying to say. And that's the thing where I'm really upset with the media, where we know Kanye was not trying to, he wasn't on some pro-slavery shit and we shouldn't care. What he was trying to say is, within itself, that there's much more to black people than slavery. Simple as that.
Okay.
Which I've said many a times, which I said the reason why I hate slave movies and I hate the textbooks, and because they brainwash us with this stuff to make, they constantly remind us, stay in your place, nigga. You used to be a slave and you can quickly go back there. The police do it daily. Like that's the lynching. The purpose of lynching was to remind you, yo, stay in your place. I can control you. You see your cousin hanging in that tree. The same thing with all of these, why they putting all these police beatings on Facebook. The reason why it's so easy to see a black man get killed in his car, stay in your place, nigga. And that's what Kanye was saying. I'm not of that mentality. I'm much more than what you think of me. I'm a god. People get mad at he's saying things that are factual. He just doesn't know how to communicate them. So and the media knows that. Like, for them to exploit him on TMZ that way, that was foul. You know what I mean? Like, they knew that they knew he was gonna come up there, say something wild. To me, I was more thrown off by the liposuction shit. Like, the slavery show, what the fuck were he talking about? The fact that he thinks that society made him go get liposuction, that's why I think, like, yo, I need to call my brother. Like I need to call that made me want to reach out to Kanye.
So you called him?
I didn't, you know what I mean? I talked to people around him.
Okay.
And then even they're conflicted because he got some real cats around him. He got some dudes who really love him. And I even really believe that Kim and all, there's so much real love there, but there's so much confusion. There's so much money. There's so much distrust. And there's so much ego involved that you can't get to the core of it. And Kanye will tell you himself, he has the biggest ego in the world. And it's because that ego is there to protect his insecurities. And one of his insecurities are not being able to communicate well. Simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I interviewed D.L. Hughley.
Right. A great communicator.
Great communicator.
Phenomenal.
I had to go back after the fact and look up some of the words that he was saying in the interview. Like, I didn't know what it meant. Like, and I'm college educated and everything. I'm like, what does that mean? Oh, okay. Now I get it.
Yeah, phenomenal communicator.
I mean, he said, fuck Kanye forever.
Listen, when you make white people, white racists feel good about themselves and go, see, fuck you forever. I mean it.
And I can't say that. Now, his philosophies and his approach on life, I'm not rocking with. I appreciate the artist. I appreciate the black man. But what I feel like has truly happened, and he says it in his records, he doesn't trust anyone around him. So all he's looking out for is Kanye. Simple as that. And I know that's 95% of the people in the entertainment industry. The same reasons why you hate Kanye, you should hate everybody you're a fan of. Because in order to make it in the entertainment industry, you have to be selfish and you have to be all about you. Kanye just took it to a whole nother level, hence why he is where he is. Like that, this is a cutthroat business. When they talk about selling your soul in the industry, that's what they mean. They're not talking about some fucking contract with a dude with a pitchfork and a horn. They're talking about you don't give a fuck about nothing else but you and you winning. That's selling your soul. And that's what Kanye has done. Because Kanye cares about Kanye. The fucking shoe is called Yeezy, and he want to sell 1 billion of them motherfuckers. The records, he wants to call himself Yeezus. These are narcissistic, overly arrogant concepts in which all entertainers have a piece of, but certain of them have this level of narcissism that make fans and followers worship them. Kanye's not. Prince was the exact same way. He just didn't have social media. Michael Jackson was the exact same. There's fucking statues in Berlin of this motherfucker. Like the level of mind control that artists and entertainers have over their flock is godlike at times. And those egos soak it up. So Kanye is just speaking out and saying the type of shit that I've heard all your favorite entertainers say. And it's just like,
you had an entertainer friend that said they put an asterisk next to slavery.
Yeah, yes. Because what Kanye was really saying, and I'm not justifying the dumb shit that he said, because he said it in a very unintelligent way. The point he was trying to make is, I'm much more than a slave. And as black people, we are much more than slaves.
Okay.
That's what he was trying to say.
I don't think any of your friends said that
He just said he doesn't know how to communicate, Vlad.
Okay, all right.
That's the thing.
All right,
he
listen.
did not excel in debate class.
We can agree to
But
disagree.
and I blame the people around him, and I blame the media for acting like we didn't know that we're not intelligent enough to understand what this young man was trying to say.